So I'm a 22-year-old and I have a pretty average IQ, and I'll basically just be talking about how I make over $9,000 a month from home by making videos on the internet and coaching my audience. Now, I've not had a regular job ever, and I started in business as soon as I finished school, and this video is just to provide as much value as I can to you, and hopefully you can learn from the things that I did and maybe implement them yourself and start to understand that there's ways out there for you to make a full-time income out of the things that you actually enjoy. And I'm even including GTA gameplay in the background just so that you don't get bored. So I'll talk to you about how I even started, the lessons to get to 9K a month so that you can get there faster than it took me, and how that you can do the same things and maybe even start to implement the things I'm going to talk about in this video after we're finished. So now, to open your eyes a little bit, the way that you're going to make real money online is by ignoring all of the shiny objects that you'll see online. So all the noise that you'll hear about faceless automation and AI businesses and crypto and drop shipping and all that sort of thing, ignore all of it. Ignore all those models, right? Instead, what to do is pick a certain topic or a niche that you can provide value in and make content around that niche or that topic, and then give your own insights and then teach a skill. So you're going to teach that group of people that niche, right? And then you're going to sell a course or one-to-one coaching off the back end. So what I'm basically saying here is the way I made this sort of money and the way that you can do it too is that if you build an audience through content on a social media platform, now you don't need to go viral, just a little audience that you build by making specific content, right? You're going to take all of that traffic that you get from the content and all the attention to your paid offer, and you're going to convert as many of those people as possible. Now, quickly, I just want to say, I want you to ignore all the 10K a month shortcuts and that sort of thing that exists online. Please ignore everything. Now, I know if you look at my channel, you'll see some of that sort of thing too, right? But I don't want you to think that you can watch these videos, whether they're mine or somebody else's, and just randomly start making tens of thousands of dollars online, in a month. No matter what people say, 10K a month does not come easy at all. This shit takes effort and months of trying things out that you're sure are going to work, and then you fail at it. And then you just have to reiterate those things and iterate them again and again until you're getting a little bit of results. Now, if you're in your early 20s, or if you're in your 20s at all, right, if you're 25, 26, 27, please don't be ashamed that you're not making 10K a month. This stuff takes time and effort. Now, I didn't make 10K a month when I first started my business 4 years ago. It took a very, very long time. Now I'm just making content around this just to show you that, the ways to get there faster. Now, these are things that I learned through the trial and error, and I'm hopefully getting you there quicker by sharing you all the tips so that you don't have to try, put all that work in over that time, right? Make all the mistakes I made. So this doesn't really mean, though, that it's going to happen immediately for you, right? This won't happen straight away, but it'll happen a lot sooner. It'll take a lot sooner, right, than it did for me. Now, let's get back to the actual source and strategy of how I made $9,000 last month. Now, I had a coaching business and I was a tutor. That was what I was selling. So I charged $200 a month or £200 a month for GCSE students. Now, anyone who's not in the UK who hasn't heard of GCSEs, they're basically an exam that, teenagers are required to take in the UK. So I just knew that if I had 50 students, I could make 10K a month at that price point. And I could host group tutoring sessions of 8 to 10 students at a time. And that would mean I didn't have to spend a lot of time on the delivery side of things. And I didn't have to spend a lot of time by actually tutoring. So I also now offer coaching to people on starting an online business, on how they can take a skill that they have and build an audience and a personal brand where they can establish themselves as the authority in that specific area and have a coaching offer that they can then sell to their audience. It's simple. They build trust and then they sell to that audience. And for both of these businesses that I ran, all the money that I made and all the clients that I got were from content. And that's it. You just make a lot of content around your area of expertise and genuinely help people. Everybody gives this advice. Let's be real. I know that. But you want to give so much value to people through your content that people feel like they owe you something back. And you'll build so much trust and goodwill that naturally people will want to pay you. And when that time comes that you have an offer to give them, they're easy to sell. Now, my growth was so slow before making content, and I literally tried everything. Giving flyers out, word of mouth, referrals, running ads, I tried it all. But nothing was as good as content. Because content is the best way to build trust and get attention and get eyes on what you actually do. And the money that's out there right now is crazy. And you know that. And you can get some of that money too that belongs out there, right? You can get some of that. But people need to know that you exist to get that money. And even when I started content, I sucked at it. It took a long time to attract the sort of clients that I wanted to work with and eventually convert them. Which is why I make these videos now, so you can avoid these mistakes. So what can you actually do to do this, right? So the first thing is pick your topic. So this could be something that you enjoy or something that you've accomplished. Maybe you've lost weight, maybe you've gained weight, maybe you quit smoking, or you aced a specific exam. Maybe you even beat procrastination for yourself, whatever you've accomplished for yourself that other people will be struggling with, and they would actually, pay others to overcome. This could be your area of expertise that you can coach on. So pick your topic. It literally could be anything. Now for me, like I said before, it was tutoring for GCSEs. Now I struggled with these exams when I was younger. I wasn't like a naturally smart kid, but then I figured a way how to actually study effectively and bring my grades up without having to spend all of my time studying. So that was my area of expertise. And as you can see from that offer, it's quite a good one, right? People would want to learn from a guy like that because people could relate to that sort of story too. So now you have your idea, right? Whatever you've decided you want to coach people on, whatever area of expertise that you have or accomplishment that you've solved for yourself. Now, what you're going to do with that topic is you're going to create content about it. Now, there's so many ways to create content and people still don't know where to start or what to post. Now, what I'd say to do, and these are actionable tips, right? What I would say to do is to find some keywords in your niche on your topic. You know, if you're a fat loss coach, it might be losing weight or weight loss or diet plans or something like that. So find some topics or keywords within your niche, right? So keywords within your topic and just search them on the platform that you use the most. So if you're on Instagram, just search it in the search bar at the top. Now, anything that's high performing, anything that got like a lot of views, save it. And then you can steal from this and use their style of content, but use your own script and your own lessons with that piece of content. Now, with making content online, you could do this faceless or by talking into the camera. Now, this also scares a lot of people, but just don't expect results quick. And as with anything, the more you do, the more confident you'll become at it, right? The better you will be. Now, talking in front of a camera and getting used to making videos or any posts in general is a skill. And it's a skill that doesn't differ from any other skills in the sense that it takes time to master it and improve at it. So if you're going to start by posting on platforms, right? The platform to start off with is the one that you use the most. So if it's something that you've accomplished in the past, think to yourself, when I was having these same problems before I accomplished this goal, what platforms was I using personally the most then? And start in those places. So what we're going to try to do is once we've identified the platform that are people within the niche that we've chose, right? So what platform would those people use the most, right? Decide on what that would be and then become as present as you can on those platforms as possible. And the algorithms will naturally show our content in front of the faces of the people that we actually want to serve. And, just post quite heavily on those places, right? So we can keep appearing in front of their, on their feeds and constantly just be giving tips and value, and naturally we'll become the go-to expert in that topic. And literally anyone can do this. So if you look up on the Skool platform where people have their own paid communities, if you've heard of Skool before, there are literally courses on the most random things and literally groups that people build communities on from the most random things you can think of. And also if you're a student or if you're working a 9 to 5 and you feel like you don't have the time to do this sort of thing, well, you have more time than you think. Because remember, if you're dying to make this sort of income online, then what you need to be able to understand is that, again, it does take a very long time. And you can give yourself all the time that it takes to create this content. And what I mean by that is that you can just dedicate a couple of hours a week. Now, it doesn't have to be as soon as you make a piece of content that you have to post it. Like, you're not required to post a piece of content immediately after it's made. But you can batch that content and save it, right? And one at a time. You can even schedule those posts on a platform. So you make these posts one at a time. And once you're ready, right, once you have a whole library of content, a whole catalog of content that's already been made, then you can start posting them. And you can start gradually posting them out there and schedule the post too, like I said before. And you can give yourself a bit of time then. You save a bit of time because you know that you've made content and, for the next month, for example, then it's scheduled and ready to be posted. And within that time that you're waiting for these to drop, you can continue to make more videos and more content within that time. So all that free time, you can keep researching your niche as well and understanding the problems that they're facing and making more content around those problems. So just to build your confidence too, you can start just posting on one platform and think about what your niche would actually want to watch and see. So what we're going to try to do here is think through the lens of our niche and think about the target audience, right? Our target audience and what problems do they have? So what problems do they have that they're actually willing to pay for help with, and right now that they're willing to pay for? So now if you're struggling to think of these ideas for content at that stage, well, they're your ideas pretty much. Think of what the main pain points are for your audience and the problems that they have, and just give away the secrets of how to fix them with your own unique angles and solutions. And talk about what worked for you. Now, if you can't think of a topic that you have expertise in, you can spend some time researching something, become an expert in something by reading about it, right? Reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos and courses, and build your knowledge so that you can then teach somebody else at that point. Because being an expert doesn't mean, when I say having an expert business, that doesn't mean you have to be the number one guy that has the knowledge on that topic. But instead, you just need to be a few steps ahead of the people that you're helping and the people that you're coaching. So you're helping people, again, that are just a few steps behind you. So you can be a 6 and help a 3 or a 4. And then when you're posting content, so once you start, you can then send the audience, right, to a questionnaire or to a free course or, to something that they can fill out to qualify for your coaching. And you can host your coaching sessions on a platform that I recommend called School. Now, it's easy to run, and you can have different tiered monthly memberships on there, or a one-off payment that people can join into your paid community. So this School thing that I'm talking about is what I use. And it's, basically just where you can host free communities or even paid communities around your expert of interest or expertise. So you're going to make content and send all the people through this community that they can then pay to join. And this is how you're going to make your income. The nice thing about this model is that you can charge whatever you want and you can work with whoever you want to work with. And that's why I believe it makes a beautiful business. So in the sense that you can work from anywhere in the world. You can spend your time, teaching something you're actually passionate about. And you can coach others with problems that you struggled with in the past. And then you can feel you're actually making a difference like this. And you can make any type of money that you want. Like you can make 5 to 10K a month just by charging a couple of people $1,000 or more. And you can have a community, right? A sort of business like that. So a low ticket model, what I would call, right? Where you might charge $30 to $99 a month, where literally all you've got to do is jump on calls with the people within your group, right? And offer group coaching where you just provide insights and give value to these people, and they pay a monthly membership for that. And now all you need to do is think about the maths on this, right? Think to yourself, how many clients would I need at the price point that you've chosen to make 10K a month? Or whatever that income goal that is that you have, right? Whether it's 10K or even less or even more than that, right? Think, how many clients would I need to fulfill that? And you're going to make content constantly on this niche and consistently. So constant and consistent. And what you're going to try to do with this is to attract the right audience. So making content, right, on a specific area, what that does is it attracts all of your dream clients, and we can send them through this little funnel or through our little community, and they can enroll into your coaching programs. So what I spend my time doing now is exactly this. I spend a lot of my time right now, to be honest with you, jumping on calls, and honestly, it's beautiful money. I get to provide value in things that I genuinely care about, and I can make a difference in people's lives by helping them to build an online business about something that they care about, and then they can go on to coach other people, and they can make 5K a month, 10K a month, or whatever they want to get to. And I help, get clients. I help those guys get clients, right? And truly, I work with whoever I want to. And they can do the same thing. They can work with whoever they want to and make the income that they want to. And I just spend my time now hopping on calls with my own clients and building their whole strategy and teaching them how they can actually do all of this. And you can do this too, right? You can teach literally anything. You can be a dating coach, a fitness coach, literally anything. And you don't need to make $20 an hour anymore at a job that you don't even like. This is a philosophy that I'm very heavy on. Now, this is something that you'd want to learn more about. Instead of watching more and more videos and guessing what you have to do to start. Because if you watch this far, I know you want to make money online. And I know that you're serious about it. And you can just check the link in my bio and fill the questionnaire in. I'm not trying to sell you anything here, right? Literally, I just want to see if you're qualified and, see where you're at with this so I can maybe help you out and give you a bit of pointers in the right direction. Or, you can even hit me up on Instagram. It's in my bio too. And we can talk about how you can actually start with this and how you can actually do this. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, peace.